trying to get that new business or, that passion project off the ground and feeling like those first few supporters are just impossible to find online.
Yeah, that initial hurdle can feel huge.
Right. And look, if you're looking to maybe give your social media presence a bit of a kickstart while you're figuring this out, you could check out rapidboost.net. They have tools to help amplify your profiles.
Interesting.
But today, here on the Deep Dive, our mission is really specific. Extracting the most effective strategies for you to get those first 100 customers using only social media.
Yeah, we've dug into the source, finding your first 100 customers using social media to pull out the practical stuff, the tactics that actually work.
Exactly. No fluff. We're talking about what really moves the needle early on. So we're going to get into the essentials. Really understanding your audience, deeply. Crafting an offer that's basically irresistible.
And knowing where to find them, which platforms matter.
Yes. And then creating content that actually stops people scrolling. Mastering that direct outreach.
Yeah.
Without being spammy.
Right, the personal touch. And we'll touch on micro-influencers, too, how they can be allies.
Oh, yeah, and leveraging social proof, those early wins, and using offers smartly to get people over the line. Okay, let's just dive in. The foundation first. Knowing who you're actually talking to.
Absolutely fundamental. The source really hammers this home. Before you post anything, you need clarity. Who are you serving? And maybe more importantly, why should they even care? What problem are you solving for them?
It starts with that ideal customer profile, right? Building that out.
Exactly. And we're not just talking, age, location, job title. That's demographics. Important, but not the whole story.
Need to go deeper. The psychographics. What actually makes them tick?
Precisely. That's the gold. Their values, their pain points, what keeps them up at night, what are they dreaming about, what actually motivates their decisions.
Okay, so how do you find that stuff out?
Well, the guide suggests a few things. Surveys, polls, yeah, those can work, but also really digging into competitor analysis and, crucially, just observing, watching relevant online communities.
Like being a fly on the wall in, say, Reddit threads or specific Facebook groups or Quora.
Exactly. See what questions keep popping up. But also, and this is key, pay attention to the language they use, the specific words they use to describe their problems and desires.
That makes sense. So you can sort of mirror their language back to them in your own stuff.
Precisely. It shows you understand them. It builds instant connection. Okay, so once you've got a better handle on who they are, the next step is validating and positioning your offer. You can't just guess.
You need to actually check if your idea resonates.
Right. Engage them early. The source talks about using things like Instagram stories, polls, maybe asking about potential features, or putting up a LinkedIn post asking directly about their biggest challenge in your niche.
So testing the waters before you fully commit.
Yeah.
Getting real feedback.
Exactly. And here's a really powerful tactic the guide mentions for getting that initial traction. Offer something, pretty amazing to your first group of customers, say the first 25, maybe 50 people.
Like a founder's special kind of deal.
Yeah, but think bigger than just a small discount. Maybe a really significant price cut, or lifetime access if it's a subscription, or exclusive perks they won't get later. Maybe even let them help shape the product.
Okay. So it's not just about the sale.
Not at all. It incentivizes them, sure, but it also makes them feel special, invested. They become your first champions, your advocates. They start spreading the word for you.
Okay, that's smart. You got your audience dialed in. You've got a compelling offer. Where do you actually find these first 100 people on social media? So many platforms out there.
Yeah, and that's the trap. The guide is really clear. Don't try to be everywhere at once, especially not at the start. Focus is critical. You need to figure out where your specific ideal customers are actually hanging out and engaging.
So platform choice depends on the business, right? Like B2B versus B2C.
Generally, yes. The source gives some pointers. For B2B, you might lean towards LinkedIn, maybe Twitter, potentially some industry-specific forums or groups. Whereas if you're selling directly to consumers, B2C, then platforms like Instagram, Facebook, maybe even TikTok, depending on the demographic, are often where the numbers are.
And for visual stuff, creative businesses.
Then yeah, Instagram and Pinterest become almost non-negotiable. You need that visual element.
But just knowing the platform type isn't quite enough, is it? You need to dig deeper within the platform.
Exactly. You got to get granular. The guide really pushes looking at specific groups within Facebook or LinkedIn, following relevant hashtags on Instagram or Twitter, see where the real conversations are happening.
Right, where people are actually talking, asking questions, sharing things, not just passively scrolling.
Precisely. Your first customers are probably already there. Your job is to find those digital water coolers, listen in, And then contribute meaningfully.
And contribute meaningfully doesn't mean just dropping links to your website, I assume.
Definitely not. That's the fastest way to get ignored or even kicked out. It's about adding value first. The guide gives some good examples. On LinkedIn, maybe leave really insightful comments on posts by others in your industry. Show your expertise.
Okay.
On Instagram, maybe reply thoughtfully to people's stories. Use those interactive stickers, ask questions. On Twitter, jump into relevant Twitter bases, participate in industry chats. Be visible by being valuable.
That case study you mentioned, the SaaS founder, getting 60 trials just from being active in 10 Slack and LinkedIn groups for a month. Before ads. That really says something.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
It shows that targeted, genuine participation often beats just shouting into the void. It wasn't broadcasting, it was connecting.
Which leads us perfectly into the next bit.
Yeah.
The actual content. What do you post?
So you know where they are. Now, what do you say? The guide calls content your currency for building those early relationships and getting attention.
Okay, currency for interaction. Makes sense.
It's not just about getting likes, though. The goal is content that sparks real interaction, gets you feedback, and ultimately helps turn connections into those first customers. The guide suggests a mix of content types.
Like what? What should people be thinking about creating?
Well, definitely educational stuff. Quick tips, how-to guides, maybe busting common myths in your area. Things that are genuinely helpful.
Practical value. Got it.
Then there's behind-the-scenes content. Sharing your journey, the struggles, the small wins. That builds trust, makes you relatable. People connect with people.
Yeah, the human element.
And crucially for early days, interactive content. Polls, ask me anything sessions, questions that directly invite replies and discussion.
Like asking, what's your biggest challenge with X or something like that.
Exactly. So you're listening and you want to help solve their actual problems.
Yeah.
And the guide mentions rewarding participation too, which is smart.
Ah.
Even simple things. Shout outs for great comments, maybe offering a small freebie or a quick bit of advice in the DMs. It encourages people to keep engaging. And don't forget, user-generated content.
Getting your early users to basically create content for you.
Precisely. Encourage them to share their experience. Unboxing videos, screenshots of results, testimonials. Then you repost that stuff. It's instant social proof. Super credible because it's not you saying it, it's them.
You could run a little campaign like tag us with #OurBrand to get featured.
Simple, but effective. And then there's that 80-20 rule the guide mentions, but with a twist for the stage.
Oh, how does that work?
It suggests maybe spending only 20% of your time creating the content and 80% promoting it.
80% promoting, wow.
Sharing it in those relevant groups we talked about, forums, maybe even relevant DMs carefully, not spamming. Doing outreach, looking for collaborations, getting it seen by the right people is just as important as making it good in the first place.
Okay, that's a shift in perspective. So great content is out there, you're promoting it, but how do you actually convert these people? Turn connections into customers, especially those first 100. Let's talk direct outreach.
Right, because great content alone, especially early on, might not be enough. The guide really emphasizes that personalized, proactive outreach is often crucial for landing those first customers. It's about starting and nurturing real conversations.
Not just sliding into DMs with a sales pitch immediately after someone follows you, though.
Oh, definitely not. That's usually a turnoff. The guide advises focusing on building rapport first. Someone likes your post, leaves a good comment, follows you. Acknowledge it.
Like a simple thank you.
Yeah, or maybe ask a question related to why they engaged. Hey, thanks for the follow. Curious what interests you most about your topic. Or share a resource you think they specifically might find useful. No strings attached initially. Value first.
Build that connection before you even think about asking for something.
Exactly. Lay the groundwork. Then, when you do decide to send a more direct message, maybe proposing something, keep it short, friendly, and super tailored.
Tailored how?
Reference something specific they posted or mention, show you've actually paid attention, then briefly introduce what you offer and, crucially, the benefit for them. Make it relevant to their situation.
And a clear call to action.
Yeah, but keep it low pressure. Maybe suggest a quick chat, offer early access, a free trial, something easy to say yes to.
That example in the guide was good. Hey, Anna, saw your post about struggling with monthly budgeting. I'm working on an app to make tracking super simple, want early access, totally free, and I'd love feedback.
Perfect example. It's personal, relevant, offers clear value, low commitment. The guide makes a great point. People buy from people they connect with, not faceless brands. That outreach needs to feel human.
Makes total sense. Now, what about getting help amplifying your message? The guide talks about micro-influencers.
Yes, another powerful strategy, and not just for big brands. Micro-influencers, typically folks with maybe 1,000 to 10,000 followers, can be incredibly effective
Why them specifically?
because they often have really niche, highly engaged audiences who genuinely trust their recommendations. Their engagement rates can actually be much higher than huge influencers. It feels more authentic.
Okay, so how do you find the right ones for your business?
Look for relevant hashtags again.
Mhm.
See who your competitors are interacting with or who their engaged followers follow. Check out those niche online communities. Look for creators who aren't just posting, but are having actual conversations in the comments. Their audience needs to be engaged.
Right, engagement over just follower counts. And then how do you approach them?
The key, according to the guide, is a clear, mutually beneficial proposal. Don't just ask for a free plug, offer them your product or service. Genuinely ask for their honest feedback and suggest maybe they share their experience in a post or story if they like it. It should be win-win.
Like that fitness gear startup example, giving samples to local trainers with smaller followings.
Exactly. That resulted in tons of DMs, new followers, actual sales, all from authentic reviews and unboxings by people their target audience already trusted. It shows the power of finding the right trusted voices.
And the relationship shouldn't end there, right?
No, the guide stresses nurturing these connections. Follow up, engage with their content, maybe involve them in future ideas, offer an affiliate code, turn them into real brand advocates.
So you're building a network of supporters.
Exactly. That word of mouth from trusted sources is invaluable early on. Okay, finally, let's talk about solidifying things. Using social proof and compelling offers to get people across the finish line.
Yeah, building trust is tough when you're new. No track record yet.
It's fragile, absolutely. So the guide says you need to actively showcase your happy early adopters. Collect those testimonials, grab screenshots of positive comments or DMs, show before and after results if possible.
Put that proof out there.
Everywhere. Share it in posts, in stories, create a wall of love highlight reel on Instagram, pin great comments, retweet shoutouts. Make the positive feedback impossible to miss. It builds that crucial credibility.
Okay, so social proof builds trust. What about getting people to actually commit the offers?
Okay, that final nudge. The guide suggests using strategic offers, limited time discounts, maybe an exclusive founder special price that won't last.
Creating some urgency.
Exactly. Or adding extra value. Bonus content, a free strategy call with you for the first, say, 25 signups. Using countdown timers and stories. Leveraging platform features for limited time events. Anything to encourage action now.
Got it. Okay, that was a lot. Let's do a quick recap of those main strategies, the core takeaways.
Okay, number one. Get crystal clear on your target audience. Deep dive into their demographics, psychographics, where they hang out online. Really know them.
2, focus. Pick just one or two key social channels where they actually are. Don't spread yourself thin. Go deep, not wide, initially.
3, content. Create engaging, valuable stuff that solves problems and invites interaction. Ask questions, start conversations. Don't just broadcast.
4, outreach. Be proactive with personalized, value-first direct messages. Build rapport before pitching. Remember, people buy from people.
5, collaborate. Partner with relevant micro-influencers and your own early adopters. Leverage their trust and reach. Showcase their positive experiences.
And 6, seal the deal. Use compelling, time-sensitive offers and plaster positive social proof everywhere to build trust and encourage those first crucial conversions. And that tip about using a simple CRM.
Yeah, like Google Sheets or Notion. Just something to track who you've talked to, what you discussed, when to follow up. Keeps things organized so opportunities don't slip through the cracks. Consistency is vital.
Absolutely. So when you boil it all down, finding those first 100 customers on social media, it's not really magic, is it?
No secret hack. It's about deep audience understanding, consistently delivering value, putting in focused effort over time, and building genuine human connections. One conversation, one interaction at a time.
The strategies are out there, the tools exist. It's about applying them with intention, learning as you go, and just showing up consistently.
Exactly. And those first 100, they're more than just sales figures. They're your foundation. They're the start of your community, the people who will hopefully spread the word and help you grow beyond that.
So the real question for you listening is, based on all this, what's the one specific action you're going to take today to connect with one potential first customer?